I've spent $59,212 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 211 days. And I'm going to start out a little bit backwards today and show you how far I'm making progress towards Globe, because yeah, I'm spending as an efficient whale, but this is an example to me of how good my efficiency is doing. I don't have Globe yet, and my power is pretty good compared to neighboring states. But the most important reason why I'm starting here is because I dropped a video yesterday where I did some spins at the end of the video. I got to 82, I'm only 18 away from Globe, and not one comment said anything about it. What in the heck is going on here? You're so, upset or disturbed or had such an opinion on what I had to say about BIA. You didn't even think about the Globe at all? Like, wow. All right. So apparently BIA touches a nerve with some people. And again, it's polarizing. People are on one side or the other on that. I'm not going to touch that again. I said what I needed to say on it yesterday. But come on, look at this. 18 puzzle pieces away from Globe. Let's celebrate that. We didn't celebrate that enough in the comments. So let's keep that in mind. All right, let's get to a couple things going on in the state. So this is a little bit of a slow day in a sense. By the way, it's 4th of July holiday here in the US. I'm trying to record this kind of quickly again. I've been going a little bit quick the past couple days, mainly because I was sick. Today it's mainly because of July 4th. But let's get into a couple important things. First of all, I had a couple people reach out on the podcast submissions already. And man, I'm telling you, some of these stories are actually really good from just a positive perspective so far. I've heard stories of drug addiction and all different types of addictions where the game basically helped them because of the social aspect of the game. I've heard stories of people having, a lot of stress and drama in the game that got turned around. Of course, there are going to be stories of people who are currently going through stress and drama. And when we find those type of people, we're going to try to see if we can give them some advice or come together as a community. But I'm already hearing some interesting stories. I would love to hear more of your stories. And all you have to do is visit this unshielded.show.com and click on this share your story, and it'll bring you to a form where you could submit a voice audio and some details about yourself, and I'll keep it as anonymous as you want me to keep it, and we'll figure out the logistics for that. There is something that's come up as a question, though. Some people are wondering if I'm going to be giving off Frost Stars for these stories. The thing is, I don't necessarily want to do that yet because I don't want to, let me say it like this. I don't want to promise that because first of all, we got to vet the stories and make sure that it makes good content and, that it's actually usable. But the second thing is I don't want to make promises like that because I don't want people coming forward, like basically giving me fake information that I've got to worry about vetting and all that. So I'm going to try to vet the stories as best I can anyways, but I don't want to give people financial incentive for giving me false stories just because they want some Frost Stars. So that's one thing there. While we're over here, but please, if you have a story to tell that's inspirational, other people are going to want to hear it. So whether it's inspirational or whether it's drama that you were able to work through, your story is going to help somebody. Believe me, I really believe that's the case. That's what I'm trying to do with this podcast. So let's get it out there. Don't be afraid. And Frost Stars, we'll talk about it another time. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. I'm not going to promise anything. Let's take a look at the concierge sneak peek. I want to kind of cover some things while I'm over here in the browser. This is a very, very long sneak peek, and I'm just going to cover a few things that piqued my interest. There are some of these are just cosmetic things. Some of these feel a little bit more like kind of like a bug fix or, a mild improvement. Some of them are actually pretty cool. So this Agnes's skill, project management, now grants an increased research speed bonus, helping you advance research more efficiently. Okay. I'm hearing about that because I'm about to get into T11 push and having some more research buffs for that would be great. Some phishing improvements. I'm not going to focus on that too much. Battle mail improvements. There's another one, and then the Alliance, the leaders chat, and where is that? Somewhere in here. Alliance leaders can now set Alliance leaderboard requirements. But then there's also supposed to be it's under the chat improvements. There will be management channel for R4s and R5s to communicate, so you don't have to have your own special group for that. So and then keep on managing it. So that's nice. New member welcome messages. Interesting. Okay. But let's see. I'm going to skip through some of these other ones because what I really wanted to do is come down to some other ones that really surprised me. And that is, I think, basically the birthday card improvement. That's a fun one. We'll no longer automatically send birthday wishes. The wish button on the birthday cards will also be hidden. But the thing I really wanted to notice, or that I noticed, is the chief charm optimization. adjusted unlock timing for chief charm level 12 through 16, and the charm exchange. Now, the charm material exchange is nice, but I was expecting to get to level 11. Level 11. I'm on level 11 already for most of my charms. And I was expecting to kind of save some money there, like just kind of hang out at level 11, knowing that nobody else can be anything higher than that. This means we're going to be able to spend more money on charms, one of the most powerful things in the game. Most powerful forms of permanent power is the way I like to think about it. Let me say this much more specifically. The most cost-effective thing, improvement in terms of permanent power, because widgets are very, very powerful as well, but they age out with the heroes. Charms are always sit there, and they're one of the most powerful things you can do as far as power per dollar. That's a permanent stat gain. But now we're going to open up 12 to 16, man, and it's going to be sooner than I thought. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. But they are increasing the charm-related rewards in Frostfire Mine and Castle Battle, so that'll be nice as well, and it'll help people catch up a little bit. So those are the main things that jumped out to me. The thing is, this is coming out around 7.6, and I believe our state is also going to get War Academy on 7.6. So this is actually timed quite nicely for us, because all these improvements, especially the one for the research from Agnes, is coming right where I think we're going to end up getting War Academy. So stay tuned for that. Let's see when that drops. And sounds like it might be a big update, because they're expecting it to be offline. Sounded like maybe even a couple hours. So that sounds like a big update coming our way. So let's watch out for that. All right, let's look at the events page, just because that's a habit I want to get into. We have fishing coming up. We have Tundra Trading Station coming up as well. And the rest of this stuff is nothing changed on the event board, so we don't need to look at that too closely. If we look at hero development today for King of Icefield, basically we can do pets, and I can do some shards, and of course gathering. So we'll do a little bit of that and see if I can get the basic points. Wild Brawl was interesting for me this time, because look at this. I had a couple times where I had a hard time. There was actually some big whales in there with me, and that was actually nice to see, because it was not just me dominating the whole map. It was some other people in there that give me a challenge, and I actually came in second one of those times, because there were a couple of them were stronger than me, and you know, I was not able to hold the center as long as I would have liked to. So that was a fun challenge. It was a different change of pace. And then let's see, we got Alliance Mobilization coming up as well. So that'll be starting, looks like, tomorrow. All right, and of course, internal castle. So we basically have the internal castle going on, and of course, this is our Supreme Leader is one of our, well, he's our R5 right now. I made him R5 for the presidency and for the R5 chest, but he likes to joke around, so of course he's joking around on 4th of July. But it's OMG's turn to hold castle. Now that we're in NAP 3, the rotation will naturally rotate between, you know, who gets an opportunity for SBS and not, because we have 3 NAP that we rotate, and then we have 4 weeks of events. If you think about SBS is every other week, so that'll naturally kind of rotate, which is one of the reasons I think NAPs should only be odd numbers, because if you're going to do rotation, if you have an odd number, it will naturally sprinkle in opportunities for SVS, where if you have an even number, it's more likely, I mean, it's too many variables to actually count, but it's more likely you get stuck in a rut or a pattern. If you lose all the time or win all the time, you can end up having a pattern where the same alliances get stuck not having an opportunity for SVS, and which means Supreme President, which is a big deal for some people, not such a big deal for others. All right, let's look at one more thing. In the comments, and when I did my homework, people are saying, you really want to buy this event out because it is really high value. I agree. I think it's a really high value event, especially from the speed ups, and we got a lot going on with I'm going to need speed ups for. So I am going to finish buying this out. I don't really understand how their math works on the percentage. Like they said 3,000%. Some things that they say 3,000% or more don't add up as far as what our valuation is. But this one actually did hold up, where it was a pretty good value. It was probably something like 240. By the $100 mark, it was probably something like 240, 235, something like that percent. So buying that. If we get into the regular area here, Argent Strove, we already did what I want to do on that. Pet chest. I'm going to continue to do what I was doing here, which is one of these, 2 of these. Whoops. And we'll buy this up couple levels. This way I'm getting some in the tank for future pets and some in the tank for SVS now because we're in another week. Last week I did only the advanced wild marks like this. I think I'll do that here just on the last one because we do have an SVS coming up and I would like to push pets just a little bit more. I'm gonna skip the combat medic. Don't really see a point in that much. I only use these for foundry anyways. So maybe I can do it, you know, at the $5 mark, just for, you know, just for a little something in the tank, and that's it. And the daily deals, we'll grab that. Not a lot of luck there. And then we'll just make our claims here, and we'll be out of here. Be out of the standard section here. All right. So let's look at the deal section. So we got Hall of Heroes, and Hall of Heroes until I'm able to finish getting my there's one more epic shard hero, and until I'm able to finish them off, I'm basically using this as a way of grabbing these epic shards. So just grab what I can in the epic shards and move along. That's what I'm using it for. Journey treasures. Look, it's the last day, so we'll just grab that, and then assign and earn it. Come on. Oh, assign and earn it. We're gonna take today. Assign and earn it always drops a little early, so it's a little strange. It drops a day before everything else resets. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. We got Deadshot, and it looks like I can do 2 runs of Deadshot tonight. So double the annoying pleasure. All right, Deadshot, let's see what you got for me tonight. Let's see how much you're going to humiliate me tonight. I think last time going across the middle worked. Let's see if that works again. Come on, man. Be nice to me tonight. Oh, God. Last time I did the insides and I got the keys. Usually I do the corners and I get the keys. I don't know, man. It's just painful. It's just painful to play Deadshot if you're me. That's what it is. All right, we'll do it again. All right, I'm gonna go across the middle. Come on. Oh, come on, man. I mean, all right. All right, and then I get all resources. Man, Deadshot, you got something wrong with you. There's something wrong. This game is busted. Something is wrong with this game. Do I need... I mean, how do I consistently have such bad luck on Deadshot? Is everyone's runs like that? Is it just me? It's just me? He just hates me? Is there anybody else who hates... who Deadshot hates out there also? Man, all right. I need to shake that off. We got fishing tournament coming up. So, you know, I'll do this just for the island decoration. And I think that's about it. That's it. This is a slow day today. So let's take a look at the backpack. And then I'll take a look at Gaia Heart. And we'll see. I didn't really push a lot, so I doubt maybe I'll get a little bit. And let's see, clear these out. No luck on that. Clear those out and just take a look. I mean, speed's starting to look pretty nice, actually. It's starting to look nice. So, hopefully that's enough for what I want to do with the T11 push that's coming up. All right. Let's see. I already got everything set for Gaia Heart. I got the heroes set with the right gear. And so we will line them up here according to the 60-40 and all that good stuff. The way we do. This is the first formation is 60-40. Barely anything on Greg. Just baseline. Then we're going to go Logan, Mia and Lynn. And this one's going to get more of a marksman type of balance, but I'm going to go 54, 3, 43, mainly because I have a lot of infantry stuff on my account. So 54, 3, 43 with Logan, Mia, and Lynn. Okay. And then we're going to go for Geronimo, Philly, and Alonzo. And we're going to do a standard 50, 20, 30 on this one. And let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to fly. Like I said, I haven't really been pushing a lot of power since last SBS. Oh, that's dirty. Oh, man. I just took too big a hits there. I mean, the only other thing I can do, I can try changing that to 48, 448, but in the past it hasn't really worked well. I think I'm just getting bad luck in some of these runs. Come on, do it. All right. And there's, I mean, you're going to get to a point where there's not much you can do. Yeah, this is, you got to have a little bit of luck. No. Yeah, wow. That was a flat out denied. I think we'll look at the ranking too. Probably Hunty is doing better than me now because I know he's pushed a little bit. I don't know, but this is the total. Let's see. Oh, I guess not. This is the total. So so that's still looking pretty good. But man, it's hard to. I'm at the point now where it's just hard to make any progress on it until I do some more substantial. Probably after the next SBS, I'll do better on Labyrinth. So I just wanted to do one more thing and just talk about what I'm doing for that T11 push I keep talking about. Oh, let's clear these out quick, and see what's making sense here. So essentially, if I look in the calculators, I mean, my resources, the resources for this is going to be fine. I've got more than enough resources. I'm going to need 9 million steel, 9.8 million steel. So I didn't talk about the strategy. So essentially what I want to do is I want to get to Helios, and I'd like to get the Helios on all of the troop types, but then I'd like to get the extra 3 done as well, the healing, first aid, and training. And I'm not going to, it gets to be progressively expensive. So I want to make sure that they're all to level 6 at the bare minimum. And if I do them all to level 6, I need a little less. Let me just plug that in the calculator here. If I just do them to level 6 instead of, I have it plugged in where I was going to do 1 to level 10, the healing to level 10, and then the other 2 to level 6. If I just do them all to level 6 though, then I only need 6 million steel. So I'm already, there. And as far as time, I only need 286 days of time. And shards, 17,000 shards. So, that's looking pretty good all in all. But now it gets progressively expensive. If I wanted to do just one of those to level 10, now you're talking 7.43 million, 21,000 shards, and 34 days. And then if I, if I want to do 3 of them where I have at least one of them all the way to level 10. Let's say I wanted to have healing all the way to 10 in all the 3 troops types, right? Then that's where I'm at 9.83 million and 430 days of speeds and 30,000 shards. If you want to go all of them, it gets even more expensive real quick. It's a very progressive grind. So just for reference here, I'll just do it quick. If you wanted to get all of them to level 10, the first aid and the training for all 3 troop types to level 10, then you're talking about, let's see, here we go, 10. Now you're talking 15 million steel, 646 days of speeds, and 48,000 shards. Now, I'm fine on, pretty much I should be fine on the time and the shards if I wanted to do that. The steel is what I'm going to be blocked on there. That's almost double the steel that I have right now. So there are some more events that have steel, and I'm just going to have to kind of play it by ear as far as which ones I want to do. Like I said, I think my baseline is I'm going to get them all to level 6 first. Then I'm going to have to think about which one do I really want to, get higher faster. And my thought was healing, because you need that during battle. Every battle you're going to have that. Training is going to be costly for promotion though too. So there's an argument for training. First aid time, I don't know. That's probably the least priority, just because, we can batch heal, and I assume that's going to still be okay. I might have to be tapping a little bit faster, but as long as I get it down to a reasonable level, I would imagine that's fine. But these also come with some other bonuses, like attack 20% and deployment 1,000 and defense plus 20. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at all that and figure out which one I want to do. But my baseline is going to be to get everything to 6, and I think I'm more than ready to do that. The other problem I have is I think the way this is going to go down, that's all going to unlock on Monday probably, July 6th. And that means it's going to happen outside of SVS. And essentially what I'm going to be doing is holding on to everything until SVS. So, but what I can do in the meantime, and what my strategy is going to be, is I assume when War Academy unlocks, I'm going to be able to convert fire crystals to fire crystal shards. And I'm going to be able to start doing that at the rate of 2,600 per day, which will get me on track with having everything I need to use during SVS to do that progression and get my troops. That's going to be my strategy. I don't know if it's the best strategy in the world, but it certainly is going to be a good strategy for SVS points. And it's about the only strategy I can use, because the game kind of bottlenecks you here. So that's where we're going to be. All right. Well, the last thing normally I show VIP last, and I will do that again here. And I'm not going to do any spins tonight, but I'll wait until I'm at 1 million again. But again, no comments yesterday. No comments. I was, amazed that I'm only 18 away. It is a long stretch to get to that final, 18. But we're probably talking, with a little bit of luck, I may actually be something around 2 to 3 million away, 2 to 3 million VIP points. That's not as far as I thought. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. But again, it's only, let's see, if I get out of the way here, it's a 5% troops attack. That's not the only thing it's good for. The domain bonuses are nice, but it's cosmetic and it's little things, right? Training speed and resource gathering speed. All right, that'd be nice. Training speed would be nice, especially for the T11 troops. So that might be a consideration. But the spend level required to get there, man, I don't know if it's that much worth it. So I think it's just one of those situations is I'll get it when I get it. I'm going to stick to that. I'll get it when I get it. Well, that's all I have for tonight, but there's a couple things I'd like to ask you. I'd like favors to ask. If you like this content and you want to keep on seeing how the spending goes and how my growth goes and how my evolution as a player goes, there's just a few things I'd like to ask you to do. Number one is click the link in the video description. You'll see a Discord link, and you can join the community there. If there's going to be any giveaways or Frost Stars being given away, any gift codes or Frost Stars given away, I'm always going to do it through the Discord, because that gives me the forum in which to do that. Like, it gives me all the infrastructure in which to do that. Efficiently. So if you want to join the Discord, and you'll find out about whenever I do any notices and announcements, that's where it's going to be. The other thing is check out the Unshielded Show. Again, check the video description. You'll see the unshielded.show.com, and you can go and submit a story there. Your stories will help people, believe me. Whether it's a positive or a negative one, we'll find a way to make it help people. So if you're interested in trying to help me help people and tell your story and get it out there, and I'll try to make it as anonymous as you want to make it, whether that, whatever you're comfortable with, I'm willing to meet you halfway. So go ahead and check out unshielded.show.com and submit a story. And finally, a lot of people don't realize how much it helps, but it's very simple to do. Just share my show with other people, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.